is Sky Sports 1.
Going live.
3,
Stand by.
2,
Activate.
1.
All systems go.
We're live.
The title race is neck and neck. Arsenal strike. Manchester United responds. Arsenal strike again, and Manchester United continue to respond again. There is nothing separating them, and in the penultimate round of the FA Carling Premiership, Man United and Arsenal will go toe-to-toe to take the title race to the final day of the season. Standing in Manchester United's way tonight to stop them, it's Leeds United. It's Man United versus Leeds United live here on Forts Football Special. Well, good evening here. Welcome to an incredible title race that we are seeing. Manchester United and Arsenal are going toe-to-toe, and the championship at the moment is delicately poised at the moment, with neither side giving away any quarter. And tonight, Leeds United could be the side that could potentially put a spanner in the works. Manchester United know nothing but a win will do for them today. Today, know they could do that. They could take the title race to the very last game of the season. With me tonight is Trevor Gray, and he'll be giving us his expert insight into a fascinating round here of FA Carling Premiership action. But first and foremost, let's start off with the goals that took place yesterday evening. And we start off with news that Crystal Palace have been relegated. It was Bolton that relegated them. An excellent game, I have to say. The opening goal there being scored by Dean Holdsworth. A match which Bolton knew they had to win to take advantage in the survival race. And it all got pretty much dominating the under their way after that excellent strike from John Talako made it 2. And then as Bolton continued to put the pressure on, the third goal arrived. Holdsworth with a ball into the box. Blake with a finish at the near post. And the Wanderers, it was all looking very calm. But Palace fought back. What a ball this was, and what a finish by Neil Shipley. He was able to give Crystal Palace hope. And the hope sprung eternal again with Shipley. Played in Dyer, whose brilliant finish all the way past Brannigan. Thought maybe. But as the second half wore on, so did Bolton Wanderers, and they were able to get the decisive moment. Dean Holdsworth's curling strike made it 4. A fine match he had. And then the 5th goal arrived in the end. Combinations eventually allowed John Salako to toe poke the ball home. Bolton Wanderers know Premiership survival was in their hands. Thrilling London derby between Wimbledon and Spurs. Christian Gross's side picking up a huge win against Joe Kinnears, even though Carl Court got the opening goal for the Dons. A mistake that was well punished in the end when Everton played through Les Ferdinand to toe poke the ball home to equalise. Lovely summer May's evening. Everton was playing some lovely stuff. Darren Anderton with the pullback. A tap in for Ginola. Well, the second attempt anyway. Nearly a fantastic save there by Neil Sullivan. Frenchman on hand to head the ball home. And there he was creating another opportunity. At least he thought that was the case when the flag went up, much to Les Ferdinand's frustration. But pressure still worked, and Ferdinand was still able to get involved. Lovely little pullback and cool finish by Everton, as Spurs ran riot here at Selhurst Park. And Everton playing a lovely ball through to David Howes, the man from Guildford, guiding the ball right past Scottish goalkeeper Neil Sullivan. Second half, Wimbledon woke up and tried to have another go. Carl Court provided it and gave him a little moment after Hartford had played him through. But Spurs continue to wolf away with it. A rare right-footed goal there by David Ginola, his second of the match. Always known for being great on his left. And then Darren Anderson's corner was punched out only as far as Howes to hit an absolute pile driver. No stopping that. What a win by Spurs. Well, the other result which stood by was confirmation as well that Barnsley have been relegated from the Premiership. They lost 1-0 to Leicester City. It was an opening header in the end that was from Heskey to hit the post, but then Tony Cottee catching Watson standing still and rolled the ball home to relegate Barnsley after their first season in the top flights of English football. Liverpool had an excellent performance, beating West Ham 4-0. Michael Owen had a fine performance and a great finish this. He was able to strike to put Liverpool ahead. And then Karl-Heinz Riedler back into the side, getting the better and playing through Owen. It was a tap-in for an unlikely source. Dominic Matteu's first goal of the season. Not quite sure what he was doing up there. Second half, it was still Liverpool that continued to put the pressure on and create moments. Jamie Redknapp played the ball through to Riedler to finish to make it 3. And then the fourth goal arrives. Carragher's ball in, Owen with the finish. You have to feel with his performances, that man, Liverpool's top scorer, will be in the England squad. Newcastle United warmed up as they look to get ready for the FA Cup final. Wobbly played through as they beat Chelsea, a game which Chelsea really had to win, to be fair. And Newcastle United signed off the season in style at home. Alan Shearer's returned to form. He got the second goal. The Geordies have been impressive at home. Aston Villa, though, have been real resurgent at the moment in their performances. And Dwight York has been in fine form at the moment. Stole the ball and finished brilliantly to give Aston Villa the lead. And Villa's great form was slightly undone by a good bit of work, but not a great bit of finishing. Perhaps miss of the season there from Di Canio. Still, he made amends of it. Played in Carboni. He was able to finish their little Italian connection doing its delight to bring Wednesday level. But Aston Villa continued to push forwards. A brilliant strike here from Ian Taylor made it 2-1. And then the third goal arrived after a mistake from a clearance. Alan Wright picked the ball up. A 1-2 with Collymore later. And Wright's finish was at the near post for Pressman. Sheer delight for Aston Villa. Well, the key game that took place yesterday, and if you were watching with us on Sky Sports 2, you would have seen it. It was Arsenal and Everton. It was a thrilling game. And here are the full highlights of that.
Winterburn over the set piece for Arsenal. Delivered in. Falls to Dixon. Now Platt for the Gunners. Headed away. Petit picks up the pieces. Petit. Christopher Ray! Wonderful start for Arsenal. 11 minutes gone. And Ray finds the back of the net. A cool finish from the youngster. It was found by Petit. And with the title in their own hands, Arsenal are doing the job. One touch to take it away from the defenders. And then lashed beyond Gerrard. It's the perfect start for Arsene Wenger's side. They're 1-0 up. Christopher Ray with the goal. Platt. It's been all Arsenal so far. Anelka. Nicholas Anelka. His shot drifts wide of the left-hand post. Arsenal looking for more as they aim to improve that goal difference over Manchester United. Petit's corner. Now Ferguson. Rare attack for Everton. Duncan Ferguson. Vieira coming back to try and win the ball for Arsenal. Barmby. Comes to Farrelly. And Duncan Ferguson hits the crossbar. Good play by Everton. Farrelly's ball in. Ferguson with the header. Arsenal so relieved to see that one bounce that side of the line. Madar. Everton growing in confidence. Craig Short on the right hand side. 10 minutes until half time. Barmby. Back to Short. Ferguson. Ferguson! 1-1. Everton are level. It's a huge goal at both ends of the table. And it's that man again, Duncan Ferguson. So close to scoring minutes ago. When he headed against the crossbar, there was no mistake this time. Predominantly came through Craig Short on the right hand side. The ball came to Ferguson. And his shot went through Seaman and into the back of the net. 1-1 at Highbury. Duncan Ferguson. Ray. Arsenal looking for an immediate reply here. Petit, who set up Christopher Ray's opener. Lovely back heel to Anelka. Ray. Overmars. Parried away by Gerrard. It's a really good save. Good effort by Overmars. And a top stop. Ray. Overmars to Anelka. Nicholas Anelka goes down in the area, and it's a penalty kick. Alan Wiley points to the spot. Everton don't like the decision, but it will be a spot kick. It's the captain, David Watson, who brought Anelka down. And with half-time approaching, David Platt can give Arsenal the lead again. Saved by Gerrard! What a moment! What a save! Platt denied from 12 yards. Petit. Now Ray popping up on the right wing. Finds Platt. Anelka. Not far wide from the Frenchman. Everton defending in numbers. Anelka's first time strike, not far wide. Vieira. Really does feel like Arsenal have to win this evening. Here's Anelka. 2-1. Nicholas Anelka for Arsenal. An hour played. And they have their noses in front again. What a find this teenager has been. Lovely turn and a sweet strike past Gerrard. Watson hasn't been at the races in defence for Everton today. He was turned too easily and Anelka makes it 2-1. Overmars with the corner. Petit's header! Not far wide. That would have given them some breathing space going into the final 20. It remains 2-1. Cadamartri. Ferguson's header. Comes to Branch. Barmby on the edge. Barmby! Parried away by his England teammate. He's been in excellent scoring form as Everton look to get themselves away from relegation trouble, and he nearly found the back of the net again. Good save by Seaman. Ferguson for Everton. Time running out. And is time running out on their top flight spell? Ferguson's in the middle! And he can't direct his header on target. They attacked in numbers. It was a good delivery. But Ferguson's header lacked the accuracy. Hutchison. 5 minutes left at Highbury. Barmby into Ferguson, who misses the target. Arsenal could really do with that final whistle. Everton piling on the pressure. It remains 2-1 though. Arsenal get the 3 points. They were pushed all the way by Everton. But goals from Christopher Ray and Nicholas Anelka ensure they will remain top of the table. Over to you, Manchester United. It's finished Arsenal 2, Everton 1.
So, when we come back after the break, we've got Manchester United, Leeds United live next. Well, welcome back here to Ford Football Special. Man United and Leeds United. Manchester United know that they need to match Arsenal's win they had last night over Everton to stay in the title race. Your match commentators, Trevor Tyler.
Thank you very much, Trevor. It really is a massive task for Manchester United. Their big rivals from across the Pennines have said they're here to really disrupt Manchester United's title charge, and Leeds United very much can do that. Arsenal, with the win last night, they really had to battle for against an inspired Everton. Has allowed the Gunners to have the little grip between their teeth. They know it's up for Manchester United to match them. Alec Ferguson tonight turns to experience to help them accomplish this tonight, with Gary Pallister and Brian McClare in the starting lineup today. Ole Solskjaer comes in for Teddy Sheringham, that took a knock in training, and after his suspension, Phil Neville replaces Dennis Irwin at left back. Change of formation for Leeds United tonight. Harry Kewell will sit behind Hasselbank, with Bowyer and Hart on the wings. Lee Sharp plays against his old club. It really is a class occasion for teams to shine. Nothing but a win will do for Manchester United. We've got the entire game coming up for you, and it's live! So here we go. This is it. Manchester United's last home game of the season. They know for them nothing but a win will do. Here is McClare, the survivor from not only the team of 10 years ago, that of the very first Premier League. Neville's early ball in. Hanna to head it away. Pallister. Questions about Pallister's future with Jaap Stam sitting in the stands for Manchester United. Scholes clearance down to McClare. Scholes. Beckham. That's a good ball. Bradley does well to get it away. Bowyer can only clear it away, and already you can see Manchester United's intent to put the pressure on. Scholes, instant control. Neville to Giggs. Back to Scholes. McClare. Advantage played. Giggs' ball in. Was whipped at pace. But Neither Solskjaer nor Andy Cole could get near it. Leeds United have Rob Wallace on the bench, but speculation of his future well at Leeds United is Radaby. What Leeds United do have is Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who has been a revelation as centre forward for them. Berg there having to work hard and can only clear it out for a throw. Here's Haaland. Hart. Beckham dispossesses him. Solskjaer. Cole. Solskjaer again. Looking for Giggs, but Hopkin. Was that going to go out? It is. Pressure does strange things. United have got a corner perhaps they never expected. 6 in the box. Gary Neville's even forwards. It's towards Andy Cole. And it's Hasselbank that clears. Pallister for Manchester United. Neville. Scholes. It's good play. Philip Neville. Cross is deflected. Cole's in the area. No foul. Did go down. No real complaints from any Manchester United players. Pallister. Interception there by Kelly. Radaby for Leeds United. United already pushing Leeds United well into the final third of the pitch. Trying to go long to relieve the pressure. Here's Pallister for United. McClare. United in terms of goal difference sit 8 behind Arsenal. Currently 3 points behind, discounting this result. Beckham. Throw in is 1. It'll be Beckham to take the throw. Neville into Scholes. Tries to chip it into McClare. Solskjaer. And Hasselbank is there for Leeds United. He's done a lot of work in his defensive duties thus far. Yet to really put any passes together in the middle of the pitch. An opportunity now. Hopkin. Bowyer out wide. Excellent pass that was by Kuehl. Hopkin goes ahead of him. Kuehl. Nice idea to spot Bowyer, but Pallister's clearance. Coulson's the ball into Giggs. Now Scholes. Cole again. Little flick to Solskjaer. Scholes looking for Philip Neville. Dangerous cross. Harler's header away. There's Hasselbank again. Seems all of Leeds are in the final third at the moment. It is attack versus defence. Here's Giggs. Neville. And it's a poor cross which Martin deals with. But it's all Manchester United's. Pressure goes on. Pallister, that's a cool header. Gary and Phil Neville here at left and right back today for Manchester United. Here's Brian McClare. Out wide to Beckham. Beckham's cross looking for Solskjaer. Found Cole! Well, Andy Cole with the breakthrough. And a deserved breakthrough. Could have been all Manchester United since the kickoff. A win would help them ease the pressure on Arsenal. As things stand, the title race looks like it's going down to the final game. Beckham here surprising in up the left-footed cross. Haller got the better of Solskjaer, but then Andy Cole, ever the poacher, lurking in the box. The ball broke down to him after this, and he didn't hesitate, going first time, catching out Martin and giving United the lead. This really is the scenario that Leeds United perhaps didn't want to concede so early in the half. Will it bring them out because they have been well and truly camped in their 18-yard box since kickoff? Here's Harry Kuehl. In to make a 5-man midfield to try and relieve some pressure today. Did quite well there, but Pallister did well to intercept. Giggs. Bowyer's got it for Leeds United. Now Hasselbank. Hasselbank gets it again up against Phil Neville. And will get the better of him. Up to Hopkin on the edge of the area. His strikes Giggs. Scholes finds Cole for Manchester United. Opportunity to move away on the counter-attack. And Leeds United get themselves into position quickly. Henningberg into Giggs. Here's Henningberg again. Neville. Neville again. Scholes getting the better of Hopkin. Giggs. Cole and Solskjaer both sitting on the 6-yard box at the moment. Giggs looks to go on but runs himself into trouble. Leeds United with the opportunity to try and play it out of trouble. Certainly something they like to do as opposed to just hoofing it forward. Trying to keep possession, trying to play their way. Work there. This is Solskjaer. Leclerc into Cole. Scholes. What a ball that is. Beckham looking for Cole. Well, he has had a magnificent season, Andy Cole. He is yet, as one's memory may sit there deny him, has an Old Trafford hat-trick. In this situation here, I have to say, this was a well-worked move. Good work from Beckham, brilliant cross. Cole got the better of Haller, and that is a bullet header. So well done. Beckham with the cross. Almost a volley. Cole's got it in, got it down, got it past Martin. Goals could be a factor here in chasing Arsenal. And Arsenal really had to work for their win over Leeds United. United really haven't really got out of second gear and are 2 up. A big win over Leeds United potentially could be crucial for them in terms of chasing the championship. Hopkin. Clearances away. Neville. This is Scholes. Brian McClare. And Solskjaer just lost it at a key moment. This is Haaland for Leeds. Third of the match gone. United 2 up. And both teams will be decided on 80 points on the last day of the Premiership season. Scholes. Solskjaer. Cole. Out wide to Beckham. He and Solskjaer charge into the box. Beckham finds Neville. Teasing ball into Solskjaer. And it's the wrong side of the net, but it was more good play. Manchester United over here on the near side. The combination between Gary Neville and David Beckham has been irresistible, and that was unlucky by Solskjaer. Here's Radaby. Here's Kelly into Hopkin. Break for Hopkin. Harry Kewell. Hasselbank for Leeds United. Bowyer out wide. Hasselbank's there again. Just the decision making at the final moments has been missing. Really, you'd have to say, this evening thus far for Leeds United. 10 minutes to go till half time. Hasselbank finds a bit of room here. Nearly held off Henningberg. Beckham for Manchester United. Scholes. All that is into Cole. Solskjaer. Solskjaer again. Beckham running onto space. His cross. Cole looking for that hat-trick, but the header never really worried Nigel Martin. Here's Haaland. Here's Kuehl. Sharp. Here's Ian Hart. Beckham intercepts Lee Sharp's pass. Here's Henning Berg. He's a Premier League winner with Blackburn Rovers and Manchester United. Here's Ian Hart. Sharp into Hasselbank. Here's Hopkin. Haaland's kept going in the run forward now. Outside here to Ian Hart. Hart does well. Haaland! And it's wide. That was the best bit of football Leeds United have played, and now Haaland charged forward and started to make things happen. It started to open up, but the finish, or was it a cross? Either way, it wasn't to worry Peter Schmeichel or Manchester United in the end. It's better from Leeds United, and more perhaps what they need to do if they are to get it back into this match. Pallister. Is this his last home match at Old Trafford for Manchester United? The plethora of signings that Alex Ferguson made in the summer of 1988. Wasn't to be a good one for Manchester United in the league, finishing only 13th before the following season. The season was saved only by winning the FA Cup, and then the rest is history, so to speak. Leeds United have certainly woken up a little bit since going 2 behind. This is Hasselbank, space for him. Good work from Henning Berg. Clearance has gone straight out to Leeds United's throw. Injury time in this first half. Bowyer. Cross in. Hasselbank read it. So did Peter Schmeichel. And that's how the half ends. United have got out of the box and dominated this match, but only lead 2-0. It could have been more, but Leeds United have just started to ease their way back into the contest. It's not been a plethora of chances and results, but it is the result Manchester United need to take the championship to the final day of the season as things stand. Half time here, it is Manchester United 2, Leeds United 2. Plenty more coming after the break. Kick us off here. Hasselbank's early touch. Giggs is back there defending. It's Pallister for Manchester United. Neville. Beckham. Here's Scholes. As the sun has died below the horizon, Manchester United know more of the same for them. Take the championship race the very last game of the season. There's the substitute Rivera making the interception. Scholes into Phil Neville. Looking for Beckham. Virio again proving himself to be a real nuisance. Beckham getting there. Neville. Here's McClare. He's dispossessed. Hasselbank for Leeds United. Space for Hasselbank to run into. Scholes is coming across. This is Lee Sharp. Virio out wide to Haaland. Haaland's ball in. Hasselbank's giving a touch. Ribeiro. Lee Sharp against his former club. Peter Schmeichel denied him. And once upon a time that was a training exercise. at the cliff here at Old Trafford. Lee Sharp wasn't far away from beating Peter Schmeichel, who had it matched all the way. And Truth has made a good stop. Hopkins corner. Leeds United have 5 in the box. 6 if Haaland runs in. Aim towards Lee Bowyer. It will come to Ryan Giggs. United were 2-0 up against Newcastle. Taken back to 2 apiece. A late winner from McClare that evening. Oh! Here's Harry Kewell! Schmeichel makes an excellent save. United have not made a good start to this half. Leeds United have. Here's Gary Neville. Hanningberg. Haaland. It's gone out wide to Ribeiro. And Schmeichel read the cross all the way and does well to control it and make a firm grab. Long clearance towards Cole. Solskjaer gets it out wide to Beckham. Looking for Cole. Radaby with a firm header away. Neville keeps it alive. Beckham again. Looking for Solskjaer. It hits the bar. And Haller clears it away. United have woken up. Very nearly went ahead and struck a real advantage there. Here's Gary Neville. Going to keep ball at the back for United. Haaland. Ribeiro into Sharp. Here's Pallister. Phil Neville. Scholes into McClare. Just overheads. And Solskjaer will get it. Here's Cole, who is on a hat-trick. Solskjaer misread Beckham. Gets another chance. Cole's ahead of him. Beckham is also wide. Here is Beckham. Crosses it towards Cole. Martin got there. It will bounce away. Ribeiro's clearance. This Lee Sharp. Not pretty, but it counts. It does mean the title race is coming down to goal difference. Big Manchester United win, a big Arsenal defeat, all of which is possible, though the latter is unlikely, even though the Van Aston Villa are one of the form sides of the last 8 weeks of the Premiership. Phil Neville done well to replace Dennis Irwin. Scholes looking for Cole, tried to flick it into Solskjaer. Haaland, who's done very well at left back here for Leeds United. Here's Hopkins. Bowyer. Hopkin. Here we go, he was in the playoffs for Crystal Palace. Now he's in the Premiership with Leeds United. Here's Kelly. Gets away from Giggs. This is Lee Bowyer. Hopkin. Cross is blocked by Neville. Bowyer. His cross is into a dangerous area. Alistair gets it away. Hopkin again. Sharp. Hopkins been forced central here. Kewell. Kelly. Bowyer out wide. Good looking ball in. Taken away from Hasselbank by Hanningberg. Cole. Chance for a counter attack. David Beckham for Manchester United. Ribeiro is with him, so is Haaland. Beckham as well to win the throw-in. Hasselbank will be replaced here by young Alan Smith with 20 minutes to go. Seemed to have picked up a knock, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. This is Beckham. Oh, Martin punched it away. Radaby just got there. Now here's Hala. Hopkin. Kuehl. Oh, that's a good exchange of passing. The Bowyer for Leeds United. Might not all be over yet. Here's Hopkin. Turns Solskjaer. Chance in for Smith. Solskjaer gets there for Manchester United. Here's Cole. Solskjaer again. Dispossessed. Kuehl coming across. Sharp into Smith, who was caught there by Henningberg. Virio thought about the effort, but said no. This was young Smith. Just his ankle was tapped there by Henningberg. Lee Bowyer is on. Being heart off. Effort strikes the wall. Virio. Sharp. This is Hopkin. Kuehl. Smith again. Leeds putting United under real pressure now. Lee Sharp. Solskjaer gets the block. This is Giggs from Manchester United. Henningberg into McClare. Giggs is passing to Cole. Straight away out to Beckham. Solskjaer and Cole straight away get on their bike. Cole in particular. Any opportunity to go forward, he is. Neville down the line. Will it stay in? It won't. And Manchester United are going to make a change. We have 14 minutes to go. Paul Scholes' evening comes to an end. He has worked tirelessly. Alex Ferguson looks to protect him. And in his place arrives Nicky Butt, a suitable and brilliant replacement. Slightly more defensive-minded midfielder. Manchester United have settled on 2-0 now. The decision ended up being one which cost them the match. So that's just been Nicky Butt's form. It would be highly unlikely. Alistair with a good header down. Here's Butt's first touch. Philip Neville. Pallister. Philip Neville. Henningberg. McClare. Cole. Chance to run at Lucas Radaby. Giggs. Cole's got to try and stay on side. Giggs gets the cross in. It's a good clearance and Radaby helps to get it away only as far as Ryan Giggs. Giggs' ball in, Radaby's header away. It'll fall to Nicky Butts. Good work by Hopkin. 10 minutes to go. Here's Alan Smith. Chance to run, and run he will. The young man gets it out wide to Bowyer. Bowyer's cross. Smith's header down. It's Kuehl. Who gets the better of Nicky Butts? Lee Sharp. Haaland. Sharp out wide. Ribeiro. Gets a better of Beckham. Good challenge. Just as Smith just about released the parking brake, was about to shoot, the ball was taken from him cleanly and fairly. Here's Phil Neville. Henningberg, United keeping the ball well. Beckham's header down to Gary Neville. United, no possession is 9/10 of the law. They're finishing this match off in a very controlled and professional manner. Leeds United know there's still a chance. Here's Hala. Haaland. Ribeiro. Neville was late, and it's not been a match for many bookings, But we will see one now. Gary Neville has booked his late challenge. Here. Oh, it was from behind. I can see why it was given. Alfinger Haaland's free kick. 3 minutes to go. Is a consolation for Leeds United. Nope, Schmeichel reads that all the way. Neville. Pallister. Tanningberg. A minute left. United have scored 2 Andy Cole goals and have been in control since, really. There have been moments by Leeds United, but nothing really threatening. A couple of efforts which had to be parried away, but Truth United look very comfortable this evening. Even though they've got a massive game to come up on Sunday. Championship is at stake. Their Premiership crown. United have never won 3 championships in a row. Results go their way on Sunday, that might happen. Arsenal have a superior goal difference. Manchester United have done what they needed to do this evening. They've beaten Leeds United. And Andy Cole was on form again. And that's a nice acknowledgement from both Leeds United defenders, but Andy Cole here has produced when it was required most. United have got an important win, and now in terms of verge of the championship. A game which might not have been blood thunder as perhaps last night's was between Arsenal and Everton. It means the championship will go down to the final game of the season. Coming up after this, we've got all the reaction after the break of this huge midweek Premiership game which is finished. Manchester United 2, Leeds United 0.
So welcome back here to For Football Special. Let's look at how they stand. Here's the bottom half of the table. Confirmation of Barnsley and Crystal Palace have both been relegated to the Football League. Everton are still in it, but Bolton Wanderers know a point, all they need for survival on the final day of the season. Confirmation as well, but thanks to goal difference, Wimbledon are also safe. Top of the Premiership, it's neck and neck between Manchester United and Arsenal. 80 points, goal difference separates them. That's what it comes down to. Arsenal simply have to match Manchester United's results on the final game of the season to win the FA Carling Premiership. Chelsea are confirmed to third place and European football. So are Liverpool as well. Aston Villa, Leicester City, Leeds. They realistically are all in a shout with playing UEFA Cup football. Technically speaking, anybody up in the top 9 could be in Europe next season. Well, a game in which Manchester United were pretty much in control for most of it, Trevor, having watched it. Love to get your opinions, really. Whereabouts do you see this title race going to the final game? Well, I thought tonight Manchester United perhaps put in a much more assured performance. I've said I think injuries have been their problem, and I think a fully fit Roy Keane, they win this. They've had some bad luck, and the European campaign I think has got in the way, and perhaps where some of their focus is in the league. But I think this title race is Arsenal's to win, and I do have to say on the final day of the season I think Arsenal have got the harder challenge, because Aston Villa are one of the form sides at the moment in the Premiership, and that's the challenge here that Arsenal have got. So they've got to go beat them. So if you're going to win the league, you've got to win a massive game. They've got to go beat Aston Villa. They do that, I think they win the league. Well, the Cup Finals coming up for Arsenal in Midweek. Manchester United will be rested. Do you think that has a positive or negative effect if a side is able to rest themselves ahead of a big game? Or does it sort of do the opposite? Do they sort of lose a little bit of focus? Well, it seems to sort of help if the weather's improving. So if you have a break in the winter, it can do wonders for you. Not necessarily at this point of the season, because your sort of body gets into sort of a mode where it's used to not feeling great. It's used to sort of finding itself, and sometimes knowing the finishing line's a bit further away than you thought from a distance, and not having a lot of control over it can be awkward. But I think what Arsenal have got to try and avoid themselves, if they do win, and if they do, not to over-celebrate, over-enjoy themselves, because they know they've got a big game ahead. Whereas if they are beaten, they've got to pick themselves up. And we've seen in the past sometimes losing a big game or losing the league will means you will struggle to go ahead and compete and really go for the big titles. So that's very much the case. Well, will we have a good game, do you think, on Saturday at Wembley? I hope so. I think we should have two sides that will want to play their football. Newcastle United, it's a neutral ground. They're not playing an away end, so hopefully they can rise to the occasion today. And what's been a poor season by their sort of recent standards. I think Arsenal know today if they can win the FA Cup, they would feel that they could go to Villa Park and go win the Premiership that day. Well, Manchester United and Arsenal will go to the final game of the season. The FA Cup final is the next game that's available, and of course there is the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup final in midweek next week as Chelsea and Stuttgart do battle. As for the FA Carling Premiership, it has gone right to the very wire. From Trevor and myself and everybody here, thank you very much for enjoying your Premiership action with us here on Sky, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye bye. Thank you for watching here this match on Trevor Sports. If you've liked it, please don't be afraid to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you do fancy it, head on over to the Ko-fi. The link is in the description. Buy me a coffee for all the hard work. Other than that, make sure you enjoy more games coming up.